original of the message here send me send. So if I want to explain you with the proper method here, it's like here. This is the first part, header. Okay, we're going to minimize this header here. So see here, it contain yeah, it's here. It's unable to see fast. This is content original group information, and it is getting close. It's contain the original message id, original message name, okay, original group information. Okay, so these things, and it's contain original instruction id, end-to-end id, uatr, these things, and it's contain what is the transaction status accepted. Okay, so till here, this is the original group information is mentioned in this particular field here. Okay, till here it's original group information. Yeah, this is also original only, but we have to mention all the information of the original payment here, which is mentioned here. So we are going to send original id, original message id, and transaction id of the message here. Okay, even the version also we have to mention as per the CBPR guideline. What is the version of the payment? 0.00.8. Okay, so after this we are going to see what is the status report. Means after this we are going to see the status of the payment, what exactly mentioned here. So it's come here. So this is the transaction status. What is now this status? Is says payment accepted, settlement has completed. Okay, like this there are number of transactions. So it contain original instruction id of pack set, original end-to-end id, original uatr, original transaction id. So these things I just now showed you. These are the original thing of the payment, particular payment has been shared here. Because we are sending PACS2 related to some earlier message, so we have to give reference of that message. So this UATR is exactly same to the original UATR has been sent payment, right? So that should have matched together here. That's why it's contain the original information. It's correlate, right? We have to map the primary key. So this way you can map the primary key, and all things are mandatory here. Original id, original UATR, original transaction reference is not mandatory, original id also not mandatory, but these first two parts are mandatory here, which is sent by, which is used in packset message here. Okay, original packset message. Now important part yet to come. We are just discussing now what things are original. So next part is that transaction status. Means now we are come to the important for which this pax2 has been, pax2 message has been used. Means it is saying what is the reason for payment is getting accepted. Okay, and acceptance has don't reserve any reason, but if it is getting rejected, there are number of reasons are there one by one. So we are going to see all the reasons. First let me read out text for you. The PACS2 status report transaction status utilize the externalization to the ISO payment transaction status code. This status code we are going to see in some time to provide status update of a PACS message previously received, to provide the update of the PACS8 message which is sent. The transaction status element is arguable the most significant part of PACS2 message, and optionally may be further complicated with the status report reason. If it rejected, the reason we have to mention here. The nested status reason information enables the optional to conclusion originator, the party that issue the status, typically the PACS2 instructing agent, and therefore originator is not necessary. We are not mentioning the originator here, but we are mentioning what is the reason for payment failing. For example, if the payment has been failed with the reason code is AC04. Okay, what is AC04? In some time I will show you. If the payment has been rejected by AC, means account number is close account number would complement with the reject code. My reject code is reject, RJCT reject, and transaction status is reject, and code is AC04. So only in the case of reject we have to mention so many rejection code, but if payment is getting accepted, there is no reason code or any acceptance code has to mention here. Okay, the reason code must be provided where the transaction status is reject code is used. The code relevant to CBPR payment status we will see in the next screen. Okay, now these are. So these are so many acceptance code. First of all, ACCC, normally we are using ACCP. This one, accepted settlement in progress. Okay, so these are the positive codes. If everything is fine, your payment is moving ahead. So here is ACCC, ACCSC. What is ACSC? This is acceptance settlement completed. Okay, these are the some initial part are like accepted only. Okay, A means accepted only. The next part is mostly widely used is pending, and the next important part is reject. So these are the primary code which are used for accepting and rejection of a payment. Normally you are going to see ACSC only and reject. Okay, there are many less chances you getting received, but pending also you can see sometime. But whenever your payment has been rejected, it should have backup with number of reason code. I will come back to that point. Now, these are just the information that what should be the reason code and their values. This one is moreover is very self-explanatory. For example, reject means sent by the any agent to inform the previous agent that the customer credit transfer has been rejected. Okay, it's so much pretty much explanatory to you, and don't go into so much depth of the ACCC. What is the important one? ACSP, ACSC, accepted settlement completed. Settlement has been completed. Any agent to complete settlement has been done here. Okay, so these are some status of this payment. What are the flow one by one here? We're going to see one by one what is the flow of this payment. First of all, any PACS2 payment transaction status element facilitate update to previous instruction order. For example, it is rejected, then we have to mention the mandatory reject code. What are the reject code? Okay, so these are the diagram illustrate the logical order which code may be used during the processing of the payment, clearing and settlement. These are the how the payment has been processed here. Okay, one by one step here. First of all, payment has been received here. Okay, so this is received payment. So normally you cannot see the receive code because this is very fraction of second the receive is converted either to pending, either to reject, either to ACSC. Okay, so normally you cannot see this in ideal scenarios. Then ACTC. Okay, you don't have to remember this flow. Okay, no need of remembering this flow. Means accepted transaction completed, ACTC. What is ACTC? Accepted technical validation. So technical validation has been completed, ACTC. Okay, next is ACCP, accepted. What is that? ACCP, accepted customer profile. Okay, next stage. Then ACFC, then ACWC in between that. And in all the stages, if you the stage is getting failed somewhere, right, it is to be pending here. Okay, in every stage it should be pending here. Then ACIS, ACSP and finally ACSC, settlement has been completed. ACSC, accepted settlement in progress. Okay, like this. So this is the flow, but in between any one of this, if your payment is getting pending, then pending payment can be rejected. So this is the rejected flow here. In between any one of the stage, your payment can be rejected also by number of reasons are there. Okay, and this thing when your payment is finally accepted, right, finally ACAC settlement has been completed, it's shown to the creditor agent here. Okay, the previous one, your acceptance is been done. Okay, by this stage CPUC, ACWP, ACC. Being honest with you, you don't have to remember all these things. Nobody has can remember these things in as I my experience says is so many things. Only some limited state of payment you have to be keep. Always you have to keep in mind negative status of the payment. Positive nobody is going to discuss with you. Like we I told you just now, right? AC09 means account is closed. So AC04, sorry. So this you have to keep in mind, AC04, like this one status you have to keep in mind, and that will help you to at the time of interview just let me know. So I'm just saying what is CPUC. CPUC, cash pickup by the creditor. ACWP, ACW, accepted without posting. ACCC, acceptance settlement completed. This is totally a positive flow. See, so many things they have covered here. Okay, and being honest, nobody can remember these things, and very tough to remember also. So either you can remember two more things like reject, one thing you have to remember, received you have to remember, and this one, payment has been completed. Other between pending also you have to can keep in mind. That's it. But this other status It's too hard to remember. Okay, come to the part where this payment has been rejected, means RJCT. Okay, when your payment is get rejected, this is mandatory that we have to give the reason of the payment has been rejected. So normally I just now told you have to keep in mind some transaction, some code, which is this is AC04 close account number. Account number of specified customer has been, bank account has been closed. Okay, so credit region, this account number is closed. There are so many here, but no need to remember everything. Just AC04, keep in only one mind AC04 account number is closed. Okay, other things are also there, but it's very hard to remember. If you're going to remember this thing, you'll forget this thing also. So keep in mind only AC04 account number is closed. So it is give. There are other things associated, insufficient for duplication, block account. There are so many things. Then missing creditor address, missing debtor address. C, B, A, B, C, D. They are sequence wise. Customer request by customer for cancelling the payment. Okay, like this. There are so many. See, A, B, F, fraud, narrative, invalid credit bank account number. So many things are there. Okay, for rejection reason. So no need to remember everything. That's why I told you. Keep in mind only one thing, which I just now told you, to see the rejection of the payment. Alright, so where you can find this thing, you can find this thing in your ACSC transaction status here. So now my job is that I want to show you any payment which has rejected. Okay, and it's very tough to find out. Still, we'll see if I can find out quickly, because I also do the same thing which you have to do, finding one by one if payment is getting rejected. This is the use case for this one. Okay, if I see the use case, and in this use case, see PACS2. No, it's not mentioned payment has been rejected. This is successfully done. So this use case is not help for us. It will not contain anywhere payment has been rejected.